Hello students, today we will see a second part of characteristics of particles of matter of lesson number 1, matter in our surrounding. Now see, there are three main characteristics of the matter. Number 1, the particles of matter have space between them. So they have space between them. See, this is explained with the help of certain examples. We have seen the previous topic, few examples. For example, if you dissolve salt in water, so we have seen that the salt dissolves in water and disappears. So this disappearance of the salt in water, so it is due to the mixing of salt particles into the water. Second, if you take sugar in water, here also sugar gets dissolved in water, disappears in the water. Potassium permanganate KMnO4, so in water, if you take up crystals of potassium permanganate in water, also dissolves in water. That means, so these particles of the matter intermix with each other. So what do you mean by what happens during this process? So during these things there are intermixing of the particles. That means here we are learning the concept of diffusion. Concept of diffusion. So in the concept of diffusion there are intermixing of the particle. For example, if you take a beaker, so in beaker the water is added. So in water, so these small particles of potassium permanganate or sugar intermix with the water particle. So this intermixing with the water particle, it means it is called diffusion. So intermixing of particles of two matter on their own is called diffusion. So this is what the process called diffusion. It is the intermixing of the particles of the matter with each other. So this is called the diffusion. Okay, so today now we have learned the space, that means the space which is present between the particle. Now we will be going through the another second characteristics of the particles of matter. Now let's see second characteristics of the matter. The particles of the matter are continuously moving. That means they are having this zigzag movement, or they continuously move. So for example, you must be knowing that if you burn incense stick, so take a incense stick and burn it. So before burning you need to reach to that incense stick for taking the smell of it. But if you burn it, the smell will reach automatically to you. So in the previous slide we have seen that diffusion is the process of intermixing of the particles wherever it is. So this intermixing of the particle happens over here. So in case of incense stick, blue black ink and honey in the water, copper sulfate crystal in hot and cold water. Now let's see incense stick. So what happens when we burn incense stick? So the particles of the matter move from one place to the another place. Here the concentration of the particle is more here, and the concentration of particle is less over here. The particles will move from one place to the another place, and here if we are sitting away from the incense stick, we can experience the smell of incense stick over here. आपको ये जो स्मेल है यहाँ पे फील होगा. So that is what in case of incense stick. Now if you take a second example, blue black ink and the honey. Take beaker, and in the beaker first you add so this blue or a black ink, and then takes another second beaker, and here you add honey. So in this beaker you added ink, here already water is taken, and at this place you added honey, and equal amount of water is taken over here. So if you add this ink over here, so this ink and the water, means ink and the honey, it will take some time to dissolve or some time to diffuse into it. So the diffusion, rate of diffusion in case of honey is less, and the rate of diffusion in case of ink is higher. So this entire solution will become blue very fast. Honey, it will take some time. First it will settle at the bottom and slowly it will disperse into the solution or in the water. So that means we can say that, so matter to matter, the movement of the particle decreases or increases. Honey has high density, that's why, so its rate of diffusion is less. That means intermixing of the honey particle with water molecule is less. Intermixing of the ink particle with the water molecule is higher. It depends upon sometimes the density of the two material, which we take for an example. Now let's see third example, that is copper sulfate crystal in hot and cold water. So if you take water in a beaker and here hot water, here is the cold water and here is the hot water. Put some crystals of copper sulfate. Some crystals of copper sulfate. So in which beaker you will find the faster diffusion. So we will find the diffusion is faster in case of hot water and slower in case of copper sulfate. The entire solution will become blue here. So color of the blue, and here the color, it will also be blue. So this blue color develop in this solution. So hot water will have faster development of the blue color and the cold water will have slower diffusion of the slower development of the blue color. So copper sulfate CuSO4 dot 5H2O. So this basically this molecule is blue in color. Fine. So that's why there occur development of the color. Now what is the kinetic theory of the matter? What happens why there occur diffusion? So the diffusion takes place due to a certain 2-3 things, like kinetic energy. As we increase the temperature, so as we increase the temperature, the rate of diffusion increases. Rate of diffusion increases. Temperature increases, rate of diffusion also increases. If you decrease the temperature, means if you go towards 0 degree Celsius temperature, then rate of diffusion here increases, here rate of diffusion decreases. That means this phenomenon is dependent on temperature. Kinetic energy of the particles of matter increases. Kinetic energy also increases. What do you mean by kinetic energy? If we heat the particles of the matter, it will show movement. That means fast moving particles will have higher kinetic energy. That means as we increase the temperature or heat, so the kinetic energy of the particle increases, and due to this kinetic energy of the particle starts moving faster from one place to another place. So kinetic energy is in association with this matter. It means it increases the moving ability of the matter. So this is what the second characteristics of the particles of matter, that is particles of matter are moving continuously, and for their movement some factors are responsible that you understood: temperature, hot and cold water. And why particles of matter are moving? Because the kinetic energy of the particles of matter increases. So rate of diffusion depends upon it. So what do you mean by rate of diffusion? The rate of diffusion means it is the intermixing of the particles on their own, and it also depends upon certain factors, physical factors. Now let's see third example, that is characteristics of particles of matter. Third characteristics, that is particles of matter attract each other. That means if you take two particles of the matter, so these two particles of the matter will have attraction among them. So this is called the force of attraction. This is called force of attraction. So this force of attraction is well explained with the help of certain few examples. Let's see that how is the force of attraction exists between the particles of matter. This is say particle A and particle B. So in between these two particles there is a force of attraction exists. That means in the matter the force of attraction exists due to particle forces. Let's see now example. You must be knowing that there are some dances, that is Bihu dance. In the Bihu dance, so there are four groups: group A, group B, group C and group D. So all these participants in group A, they stand very close. There are four participants. So all these four participants, they stand very close to each other and they interlock. This is called interlocking of their hand. Interlocking of hands. That means they are holding each other very firmly. Interlocking of hands. And second group, so these four dancers, they are standing and they are simply holding each other by hands. That means they are hold with the help of hand. That means here, so they are holding each other by hand. And in the third group, all these four participants, so they are simply touching each other, standing simply by touching. This is the way they are standing. And the fourth group, D group, so they are individually, so they are simply touching each other and not holding. This is the holding of hand and this is simply the touch of the hand, wherein the only simple touch is there. And here the fourth group is standing, so they are standing away from each other. Now here in this example you can see in which group the force of attraction is very high. That means in the first group the force of attraction is very high, we cannot separate them. Suppose if the fourth group want to separate this first group, second and third, out of this A, B and C groups, so which group can be easily dispersed? So third group, that is C group, can be easily, we can move or we can disturb them, because the force of attraction between them is very low. Means lowest force of attraction is present in group D group, moderate force is present in C and B, and very high force of attraction between the particles of matter is present in group A. That's why here in group A, in the matter also, like in solid, liquid and the gases, so the particles of the matter attract, means hold each other with the help of a strong force, and that force is nothing but the attractive force between the particle, that is force of attraction. Now in the second example, let's see, if you take a nail, iron nail, chalk and the rubber band, see, suppose this is the iron nail, this is what piece of chalk and a rubber band. Here iron nail, if you try to fix on the wall, that means you need to apply force. Here if you try to break this, all these three, so easily breakable. This is brittle, this is, it cannot be broken by simple forces, and we cannot break this rubber band because we can stretch it. So slightly the properties of this matter are different. Here force of attraction is very high, here the force of attraction is very low as compared to nail, and here the force of attraction is high but it is flexible over here. Some matter are exceptional to this solid. That means this matter can change their shape and again regain its original shape. That means here also we can see that comparative, if you compare, so you will find that the nail has the highest force of attraction between them. Now the third example. Now here you have seen in all these cases the force of attraction differs. That means force of attraction is high over here, moderate over here, and here also moderate force of attraction is present between the particles of the matter. Now in third case you must have seen the tap water, a running tap water. Suppose this is the tap, and from this tap if the water is running, So try to break this stream. This is the stream of water running through the water tap. If you break it, put your fingers in between. Can you break this stream of water? It is not possible to break this stream of water because it is continuous. So water particle, that means if I write H2O, H2O, so all these particles, they are joined together. They are having the force. This is one particle, this is second particle. See, both the particles have force of attraction between them. That means from these all examples we can conclude that all the different matters have different force of attraction between them, and they need different energy to break. So that is why here water too has got attractive force, and that's why so the water is running. You must have seen one more example. That means water can run through the stem to the last part of the leaf. It is because the water have cohesive force between them. They are attached with each other, and then that's why they move in the last part of the plant, that is called the leaf. There are other factors also responsible, but here I want to say that so there is a force of attraction between the water molecules too. That's why we cannot break this stream. Even if you break it again, it will rejoin. So thank you.